Hey guys, I'm back with another one. So today we're going to talk about different things that will happen when you finally cut that toxic relationship out of your life. Okay. So I've been through this myself. There's a lot of good things that are to come when you finally get rid of that dead weight. All right, it's dead weight is what it is. So for one, a lot of times we can be in a toxic relationship, right? We can be stuck in a cycle. Okay, stuck in this cycle of breakup, makeup. Arguing, fighting, being degraded, being used, being gaslit, manipulated, leaving, and then getting sucked back in, right? It's a whole cycle. It's a cycle. Okay. In my personal belief is that there's a spirit behind that. There's a spirit in that is keeping you in this cycle just to waste your time. Okay. To my belief, we know people are for us immediately. Like we know within like a couple months or so, you know if somebody is for you very early on, okay? You will see who a person is. So if you just ignore all the red flags and you all get together and it becomes a toxic cycle, you have to play some part in that and waking up out of that cycle, okay? Because you can literally be stuck in a trance for years, years and years and years and years, wasting your life, your precious life with the wrong person, okay? A lot of times when we are in a toxic relationship, when we are with just a demon, just a demon, right? They will gaslight you, they will manipulate you, they will, soon as you're ready to leave, it's like all of a sudden they just know how to act. They just figured it out. It's like, oh, you know how to act, but you don't know how to act when I love you. But soon as I want to leave and get free, right? They know how to act. So it's a cycle, it's a spirit, it is something to keep you stuck and from you ever getting to your true person. Okay, because beyond the belief, when you are with your person, right, you're not going to be going through all this breakup to make up, in and out, confusion, cheating, lying. You're not going to be going through all of that. Okay, that's just my belief. All right, you can beg to differ, but that is my belief. So a lot of times when you finally wake up to the cycle, right? Because what will happen is before you finally break free from a toxic relationship, a lot of times you might have already tried to break free a couple times and you just could not get out, right? So you might have tried multiple times, right? And then something in you you just was not ready. Okay, the best thing to do is to allow yourself to get tired. Okay, because that's the only way you're going to fully be done with it. When you listening to people saying just leave, just do this, just do that, you're not going to hear it. In fact, you are going to do the opposite. When somebody's pushing you to leave your relationship, even though you know you should leave, in your mind, you're going to think, well, this person did this nice for me, or this person did act good for a week, right? Maybe it can get better. So the best thing to do is to get tired of being tired. So you got to go back a million times until you realize that you shouldn't go back no more, okay? You have to learn the lesson on your own. That is the biggest thing with toxic relationships. Do not try to force nobody out if they don't want to get out, because all they're going to do is go around you and they're going to go back. Okay, so that's for anybody out there. If you're trying to help somebody, or if you wanting to get out, you have to get tired and get out yourself. Okay, that's just what it is. So when you finally let a relationship like this go, you will realize that your energy and your aura will literally rise. Like you might feel sad initially because you're thinking like, oh, I wanted my family, or oh, I thought we were going to be together forever. I thought this was my person, or you just thinking about all of the things that you done told yourself it was going to be in the future, right? But you got to realize that when you are in a toxic relationship, most of the time this person never really emulated that they were ever going to be that person. You were in love with the potential of who they were going to be. Okay, so a lot of times we get caught up in who we think a person can become, and we don't wake up to who a person really is. Okay, you have to see the person for who they are. You have to see their spirit. Okay, because if not, you will be in love with a fantasy forever, for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Okay, don't do that. Don't waste your precious life being in love with somebody that is not going to, that's not going to change. Okay, so what happens is when you finally wake up, you get out of it, right? You break free from the cycle. You're like, whoo, I got up. Your energy will rise. You will literally start to see things clearly. Initially, you'll be sad, but then once you get past the sadness, you will start to the feeling of I needed to do this will outweigh the sadness. So even if you get sad, you get lonely, you start thinking about the what ifs or what could have been. You will start to feel this feeling of like peace. Like, you know what? Yeah, like I actually feel a weird sense of peace right now. You won't be stressing out. Okay, you won't be like on edge. Okay, you might be a little bit, but you won't be, you won't feel how this person made you feel. I'm telling you, you will feel much better. Okay, and another thing is you'll be much more clear-minded. A lot of times when you, what's the word? I'm trying to think. When you finally get clear-headed, right? When you finally leave this person alone, when you finally like leave them alone for good, you will notice that you will start to see everything clearly, right? You will see everything clearly. A big thing that I started to do when I was in my toxic relationship is I started to write stuff down. Write different things down that is happening in the relationship. If you are in a toxic relationship and you're not ready to leave, write stuff down. Say, oh, today this person said this to me. This day they did this. So because I'm telling you, when you leave and those lonely moments come up, go back to that and read that. Because when you do that, it's gonna wake you up. You're like, oh no. They said what to me? They did what? Oh hell no. You're gonna be like, oh like I ain't going back, right? So you will start to get this clear mind. You will start to see the rainbow, see the clouds, like, wait a minute. I've been in a sunken place or something. I don't know where I've been, but I just been in a cloud of delusion, cloud of depression, a cloud of hopelessness, a cloud of grief and sadness and melancholy, right? So you'll start to see things clearly. Your energy will raise up, so your vibration will raise, because when you are with the wrong person, they will lower your vibration. Why? Because their vibration, they don't know, their vibration is like permanently low. Okay, I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's some people out here who they just have a bad spirit on them. And they normally tend to leech on to the good people. They tend to leech on to the givers, the empaths, the people who really feel them, really see them. They tend to latch on to those people because those typically tend to be like the most people who are vibrating at the highest. Okay, even if you don't realize you are. Okay, your orb, your light, your spirit is so high that it attracts a lot of users and a lot of energy vampires. I'm telling you, that's why you'll notice that when you finally break up, right? When y'all finally break up with a toxic person, you will see that this person starts to look different. I am not lying. They will start to kind of look like, not ugly, but they will just look different. Like you'll think like, ugh, like why are you looking like that? You will start to notice, and that's another sign. You will start to look better. Okay, your face will just start to look better. Your body, your skin, your hair start growing in. You know, you washing your hair. You're like, damn, like you're like, my hair done grew, right? You will start to notice that it's like you get life back into you. And I don't know how to explain this, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, I'll give you encouragement that this will happen for you. So you will start to look much better. And you will also see that this person looks worse. Not that they will literally be like ugly, right? But they will just look different. They'll have a different tint to them. So when they were with you, they had this glow, or this like, they had some of your energy on them. So they had like this, I don't know how to explain it, but they just had this type of like, on them. And then as soon as you guys are not together and you take that energy back, it's kind of like they have a dullness. It looks dull over there. It looks very cloudy, very gray. Okay. So that will happen. All right. So your energy will get higher. You will start to look better. You will not be confused anymore. And a lot of times when you finally do split from that toxic person, especially a person that was severely toxic, like keeping you in a toxic cycle, everything will start to work out for you. So a lot of times our blessings and our favor and stuff cannot come in because we're with the wrong person. So sometimes we don't realize that God will not bless us with certain people. He just won't. Especially a relationship, and especially with somebody you're laying down in the bed with. So you thinking in your head like, oh, this is my, we together, whatever. If he got something for me, he gonna bring it whenever. That's not how God works. Okay. I'm speaking from experience. As soon as I left the relationship, the toxic relationship, right? It was like everything was coming. Like everything was coming full force. Like it seemed like doors started to just open for me. Things that were closed before started to open. Why? Because I was with the wrong person. God was never going to bless me while I was with him. He was never going to do it. And so you got to realize that things will get better. Like it gets better. I'm telling you, if you are suffering, have been suffering with somebody that has been stealing your joy, stealing your peace, just keeping you like just in a sunken place, I'm telling you, when you leave, it gets so much better. It hurts for a little bit. It hurts in the beginning, and it does hurt from time to time. But it gets so much better. It's almost like God puts you in a place where, and then this is the reverse, right? So I've had this happen where I've left, right? I left the relationship, right? I was off doing my own thing, and I was good, right? And that's why I say to write bad things down. Write those things down, because when you're really ready to leave, you need something to go back to when you get in those moments, because they will come. If you're not just out here dating, right? Like I'm not really that type. So I wasn't really dating nobody, right? I was just kind of going through the breakup. When you are going through the breakup, right, you will get those feelings of loneliness, right? You will start to feel like, oh, I just want to call them. You know what? Just forget it. I missed them. I don't even care about the argument. I don't care. I just want to feel in this space, right? When I did that and I got back with him, When I tell you, everything closed back up. It was like the well, it was like God turned the well off. Like, nope. I told you no. I told you I'm not blessing you with him in your life. And that's what happened. It was like I went right back to all of the unluck, you know, the things being like misfortunate and like the unluck and just weird things happening to me all over again. It was like God literally closed the door back up. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a thing, okay? At least in my life. All right. So you will notice that God will bless you different when you finally let this person go. Okay, because people like this, they will be like that forever. All right. I believe that God can bring anybody up out of their stuff. God can change anybody. But certain people, I'm sorry, I think you are too far gone. And I just think that they are literally spirits here to stop other people from getting where they're going. You get what I'm saying? So have peace in knowing that if you are about to leave a toxic relationship or you are thinking about leaving it, have peace that it only gets better. It only goes up. I'm telling you, my life has been the most peaceful. And now in my mind that I've gotten the peace of not having to deal with that no more, I'm like, wow, I cannot believe I was dealing with it for so long. Okay, like so years and years and years of my life just wasted. But they weren't wasted because I learned a lot. Okay, I learned a whole lot. So realize that you will look better. I mean, what's better than that, right? You get blessed. You gonna look better. You gonna understand what you're supposed to do. You gonna start to understand your purpose in life. You gonna be able to, you know, connect more with God. You're gonna be able to connect more with yourself. What's better than that, right? Is this person worth all of that? And on top of that, when you let the toxic person go, you can bring in the person that's for you, that's gonna love you, that's gonna love you down. Okay, so let them go. It'll be all right. And if you did let them go, then kudos to you. I salute you, because it ain't easy, but it's better on the other side. In this situation, the grass is greener on the other side. Okay, so I'm Wisdom. This is Wisdom Talk. I'll see you in the next talk.